Here's yet another beer review. This is the Great Lakes Commodore Perry, a handcrafted India Pale Ale from Cleveland, Ohio. I was born in Cleveland, so I've tried all the Great Lakes beers. I think I've tried them all. But anyway, again, IPAs being my favorite beer, I aim for the IPAs. So any kind of new IPAs I see, I try and get them. So I'm going to be putting out a lot of beer reviews here soon. We'll start off. I realize I'm not really following a format to my beer reviews, so I'm going to try to follow a format. Starting with appearance. Color on this one, it's around that color I like. It's that kind of light amber color. And that's usually, for me, have been the best IPAs are around this color. Not a whole lot of carbonation. There wasn't much of a head on it. It didn't lack a head. It just didn't have a lot of head. Again, that's the way I like it, though. And not a whole lot of bubbles coming up. If your glass is clean, the bubbles won't stick to the side. They'll just rise up. There's not too much, so I think that's about right. I like to see a few rising. I don't like to see a whole bunch of them in an IPA. We'll move on to smell. This has the hop flavor is not as apparent in the smell. Like when you nose it at first, you're not like, oh, it's definitely not. Well, I mean, it's definitely an IPA, but it just doesn't smell as hoppy. It smells a little bit. You can smell the malts a little bit more, which is kind of misleading because then when you go ahead and taste it, the hops are definitely more prevalent, which I think is the goal with an IPA. It's a little bit bitter from the beginning. Right away, you're going to notice it's kind of bitter. Not too bad. I mean, it doesn't taste bad. It tastes good. It's just, they usually don't hit you right away like that. The malt's not real prevalent, but it does have a sweetness. The malt flavor isn't there so much, but the sweetness is there, so you know it's there, and it's balancing out the hops pretty nicely. So I think it's pretty true to an IPA. The mouthfeel, it's a medium to heavier body. It's not a beer that you're probably going to drink 5 or 6 of, but I'm sure you can enjoy 2 or 3 of them. But you probably don't need to drink 5 or 6 beers anyway, especially with this one, which surprisingly is 7.5% alcohol. I did serve it at 45 degrees, which is what the bottle recommended. But yeah, tasting it, I wouldn't guess that it's 7.5% alcohol. So it's pretty balanced. Some beers that are 7, 8, 9% alcohol you can just taste it, which is weird because you expect that in a liquor. You don't really expect it in a beer unless you're drinking a double bock or something ridiculous. So it is pretty medium bodied. It wasn't over carbonated. I think carbonation was about right. And overall, it's not the most drinkable IPA out there, just because it's more bitter. So it's going to work your taste buds a little bit harder. So I'm sure after I finish it, it's going to be lingering a little bit more than a lot of them. But I'd still say overall it's a pretty good deal. And I know it probably sounds like I like all IPAs right now, all IPAs that I've tried, because everything that you've seen I've liked. But that's because I pick beers that I think I'm going to like. One that I don't like, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, and I'll probably get it at some point anyway, just to start reviewing other beers that I don't really like, but I'll try to be fair to them either way. And if there's any beers that you guys would like me to review, now that I'm actually going to review these with more of a format, which is appearance, smell, taste, mouthfeel, and drinkability. That's I think the most common form anyway. Just hit me up, leave a comment, and I will probably go out and buy it and review it for you. So, I guess that's it for the Great Lakes Commodore Perry. It's pretty good IPA. It's not among my favorites. I won't seek it out to purchase it, but it's a good beer.